Hello, I am Certified Moth. Thank you for stopping into my video, and today we are going to be doing my 2025 Meet the Artist. This is actually my second time doing one of these on this channel, so if you'd like to see that one, you can see it up in the iCard. I will have it linked. And that one actually also talks a little bit about the older Meet the Artists I did before I had a channel, which is kind of fun, so I'm not going over those again. But anyways, for this Meet the Artist, I really wanted to push my skills, because while I have done plenty in the past, they have all kind of tended to be safe and not actually really show off my skills. So I went into this piece with a couple of goals. The first one was to push my style further. I kind of defaulted to a semi-realistic style in my last Meet the Artist, which, in my opinion, was kind of a major flaw of the piece. I just don't really like drawing in that style at all. I find that I'm less satisfied with my work as a whole when I do that. So, I ended up going with a style that was much more simplified in its anatomy and shading, and I'm so much happier with the way it turned out. It let me just be a lot more free with just everything in it. It just feels a lot more like me. The second was to improve my color palette. Color picking is probably one of my favorite parts of the process, and while I don't think the colors were the worst in my old Meet the Artist, they certainly could have been better. So I find in the old one they were just way too saturated and they just didn't mesh well together. And so in the new one, it was a focus of mine to use the skills I've learned in traditional color mixing to create a more harmonious piece as a whole. All the colors I used in the piece leaned towards orange on the color palette, even the blues, which I would use greens and grays to represent instead of their pure forms, which I think was a major improvement in this piece. I used just way too many individual saturated colors in the old one. Just the fact that I was able to think these things through and choose effective colors shows so much improvement from when I relied on overlays last year. Number 3 was to improve the layout and composition. The old one was very weak in its composition. The text was too big for not actually being all that important to the piece. The drawing of me was kind of squished into the corner. It really just needed some room to breathe and exist on its own. It just generally showed a struggle to place the elements within the space in a way that made sense. And I definitely don't think I'm a layout master or anything, but I have certainly improved over the year. I just gave everything else a bit more space to do its thing, if that makes sense. The fourth and final part that I wanted to work on was my creativity. Basically, I think the old one is boring as hell. All text, no personality. In my new piece, I really wanted to focus on a more interesting pose, presenting all my items in a more personal way with notes and stuff, and most importantly, see how much information about myself that I could present in a unique way. Instead of just writing that I'm a painting major, I decided to draw my favorite supplies. And instead of just adding the Canadian Arrow Ace and genderqueer flags as just mini flags up in the corner, I made them a part of the lanyard. Even information that had to be written, like my name and my personality type, pronouns, that sort of thing, they were still added as a part of a larger piece. They were all part of the lanyard instead of just random text boxes, because I struggle a lot with text. I know some people make text boxes work, but I've just never been able to make them work in my art, so this was a nice way for me to get a bit more creative with that and enjoy the end result a lot more. Having last year's Meet the Artist to look back on was a really nice part of this process. It helped give specific ideas to what made the old one just fall flat. In the end, this piece sort of ended up being a much better representation of me in my opinion, and just a much more personal expression. Getting to pose myself in a much more relaxed way and with a much more relaxed expression, I think it really helped to just make it feel less closed off than the old one. And I think that helps in a Meet the Artist. It's to me at least, a Meet the Artist is trying to present a version to yourself of your audience which is at its most open and welcoming state. Although, to be fair, last year I was also significantly more closed off and stressed in general, due to not really having a regular friend group and also being stressed out of my gourd after my first ever semester of art school. And like, it's not like I'm not stressed out now, but I just think I've gotten way better at coping with the stress of art school. I understand what's happening a lot better now. So I'm not like just freaking out all the time, which is a nice feeling. It's nice to feel comfortable in the space you are spending time in. Yay! While I presented similar items in the pieces, I think the ones this year are just way stronger. Because, like, while they are a simpler style, I think it's also just clear looking at them how much better my sense of shape and volume are. I also workshopped which items to include. I left out my pencil case because I thought it wasn't really important or interesting. I did, however, include a brand new hobby I picked up this year, which was crochet. I actually drew the project I have been kind of working on and off for like half a year. It's going to be a yellow swimsuit cover-up, and I just want to be done with it, but I keep putting it off. Yeah. But I thought it was fun to include something that is actually something I just carry around with me all the time, like a specific project, not just crochet as a whole. Then there is also the likes and dislikes segment of the piece. I tried to think just a bit more about what I actually deeply like and dislike this year. I always end up using really shallow ones. Specifically in the dislikes, I usually have a really hard time with. I honestly just don't really feel all that negative about a lot of things. But I thought a bit harder about this year about things I actually don't like. I do have to say, I wish I had looked a bit closer at the text before calling it good. All of it is very cramped within the borders of the text, or not the text box, the paper. Oh well. I guess that's something to improve on next year. I don't know. Oh, and then the final note about the process. I added a background? What? That is crazy. Never heard of before in my art. To this day, I struggle the most with backgrounds. They just aren't intuitive to me in any way. But I did a sort of abstract swirly pattern. I thought it was really cute. It's kind of on track with the patterns I've been into this year. I enjoy making patterns that are both like intuitive to draw and have a natural look to them. I don't know, they're just a lot of fun to me, and they're kind of the first time I've ever enjoyed doing pattern of any type. I usually hate them. I usually just like to draw my subject and I hate the rest of it, but they've actually been very fun for me to draw, which is nice. I actually made a second drawing for this video. I'm actually not going to show the speed paint though because I would have had to speed the videos up way too much. I just don't have very much to talk about in Meet the Artist, unfortunately. Yeah, so I'll just be showing the still image of it, but it is a list of my favorite pieces of media this year with a little fun little secondary self-portrait, which I really love as well. So I'll just read those out. My top movies this year were Conclave, my absolute favorite movie this year. Oh my god, it was so good. Go watch it, it's really underrated. At least over in Canada, I haven't really seen people talking about it, which is so sad. It was really good. I also like All Quiet on the Western Front. I love End of Evangelion. I still love Howl's Moving Castle. It's been one of my favorites for years. Hands That Bind, which is like a small film. It's like, would you consider that an indie film? I think. I don't know, either way, it was filmed near the area where I grew up, which I thought was really cool because not many things are filmed in that area because it's kind of bleak. And then my other favorite is Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. I love that movie so much. It's good. My favorite music artists this year were Chappell Roan, obviously. I think that she was kind of everyone's. At least everyone in all the circles I'm in. I actually listened to the Blue Devils a lot this year, or kind of just their one album, which was The Beat My Heart Skipped. I don't know, I've always loved marching band stuff. I never got to do it, so I just like listening to it, and The Beat My Heart Skipped is so good. Oh my god, I love it. I also listen to a lot of Lizzie McAlpine, love her. I listen to AJR, which I know is controversial, but I like their stuff. I'm very fond of it. I enjoy it, especially their newer albums have gotten a lot better. Like, I like their old stuff, but their new stuff is so much better than it. I listen to a lot of Phoebe Bridgers, obviously. I have also been listening to Tyler the Creator's Chromacopia. It's usually not really my style of music, but it's nice to add some more upbeat stuff to my roster, because I listen to a lot of sad, slow stuff. Then also I was listening to a lot of Sufjan Stevens. Is that how you say his name? I feel like I always mispronounce it. I don't know. And then the last album was, I really listened to a lot of the Outer Wilds soundtrack this year. It's very nice to listen to. I love that music so much. Never played the game. I kind of spoiled it for myself, so yeah. But I love the music. And then my favorite games. I got really into gaming this year compared to what I've done other years. I'm usually not the biggest video game person, but this year I have needed it to like relax. So my favorite games that I played this year were Mouthwashing. Oh my god. It drove me crazy for a couple weeks. I love that game so much. I just wish the community didn't suck. I wish that people had media comprehension skills. I wish that people knew when it was appropriate to do the classic fandom behavior. I've got beef. I've got beef with so many people in the mouthwashing fandom. I can't even start with it. Also, I played so much Splatoon 3, which has been hard because my Wi-Fi has been really bad this year. And I actually just recently dropped like so many ranks in Salmon Run because I got kicked out of so many games in a row. I was upset. I was freaking out. And I also played a lot of Side Order as well. Love that DLC. Haven't cleared it yet. I couldn't clear the last floor, or whatever you call it, the last weapon. I also played a lot of Wobble Dogs. Love that game. It overheats my laptop. I also got really into web fishing. It's so cute. I love it so much. And then also Stardew Valley, obviously. I always play way too much Stardew Valley every single year. I don't want to talk about how many hundreds of hours of my life has gone into that game. I also recently just got Stardew Valley expanded, so like entirely new characters for me to romance and then ignore. But anyways, that's that for my media page, but I'm also gonna read out my Meet the Artist. Yay! So yes, this is my 2025 Meet the Artist. I kind of love it. My favorite supplies are golden acrylics, although I've been thinking about getting into oil painting lately. That'd be fun for the new year. Onto the lanyard. I am genderqueer. I use she/any pronouns. Most people just call me she because it's easy, and it's easy for me too, so yay. I am Canadian. I am Aero Ace. I am a INFP 4-wing 5, if that means anything to anyone. It barely means anything to me. I just like to include it for the sake of it. My name is Elena. That's crazy. I guess I hadn't mentioned that yet in this video. I just turned 20 on January 3rd, so I am a Capricorn. That's crazy. What? That also means nothing to me. But maybe it means something to you, so I included it. My likes are puzzles, music, snowstorms, life drawing, my cats, and tea. Yes. I miss my cats. I've been gone from home for a day and I miss them so much. Anyways, my dislikes are the heat, generative AI, not all AI, I want to be clear. I think a lot of AI has potential to really change the world, and it has. A lot of it has. AI can be really fantastic. I just fucking hate generative AI. Like, I don't like AI writing. I don't like it making art. I don't like it making music. Like, come on. The few things humans have left to look forwards to, and we gotta lose that to computers? Come on, man. I also hate millipedes and sea urchins, and I left the note, they want to touch my body. Millipedes and sea urchins have the singular goals in their lives of touching my body in some way. I can't explain it. If I'm in the ocean, there are sea urchins trying to touch my body. If I'm in my house and there are millipedes in there for some reason, they are coming to my room, they are trying to touch me, they want to touch me, and I don't want them. And then I also hate phone calls. I can't stand them. And then for stuff I keep in my bag, kind of silly. I don't bring anything really that interesting with me, but yeah. I bring my laptop, my earbuds, my sketchbook, my crochet, and my water bottle. Crazy. Yeah, I'm not that interesting. But anyways, I am just so happy with this piece. I love the shading, I love the colors. I think the outfit is so cute. Oh, I just love it. I love it. But anyways, I just want to say thank you so much for all the support in the past year. It really has meant so much to me. And I am just really excited to see where this channel goes in 2025. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end. Bye!